Good morning to you. Here is a serious video about the different stages in grief. Yeah? Because there are many people around this world that are lost someone they love. Not only parents for shootings, people in Gaza, Charlie Clerk, David Roses, and other people around this world that suddenly lose their loved ones in car accidents, in attacks, in war, or to cancer. So here is the normal stages you are going through when you are going through a grief. Yeah? The worst part of a grief will take around a half year. The first week or two, you'll be in shock. You cannot understand that your husband, your wife, or your child is really dead. Yeah? It can take 1 to 2 weeks. You cannot sleep, you cannot eat, you don't know where you are, who you are. You are absolutely confused. You don't know where to sit. You cannot sit. You stand up. You walk around. That was the shock stage. The next stage is taking 1.5 months to 2 months, where you have to recognize that it is happening. In that stage, you will be full of anger. Why should my husband die? Why should my wife die? Why should my child die? Why should our country have been a victim for war? Why not the others? Why our family? Yeah? And you can be angry. You can be angry at God, your God. You can be angry at the postman, the shopkeeper. You can be angry at other family members. You do not understand how I feel. Yeah. So the second stadium in grief that takes 1.5 to 2 months is anger. You hate everyone, all the Democrats, all the Republicans. Hate. Hate. Everyone you can hate, you hate. All the others. Yeah. It's their fault. Yeah. And the next stage, the third stage, it takes 1.5 to 2 months as well, is the acceptance, where you shall learn to accept that what had happened, happened. I also can say that this stage of grief that takes around a half year will be the same stage if you have been in a car accident and suddenly lose one of your arms or legs. It will be the same feelings and the same stages you are going through. A sorrow is a sorrow, and it doesn't matter if it is your child or your wife to 25 years or your mom and dad. Maybe if your mom and dad is old and you know they should die, it will be easier to cope than if you suddenly lose your husband to cancer or lose your wife in a car accident and all that stuff. Of course it will be more tough because you were not ready to process it. You were not ready to cope with it. And normally we can better take it when elder people die. But many have the same feelings. And it can take around 2 years to really learn to handle the feelings. So if you have been married in 25 years and your partner died, it will maybe take around 2 years before you're ready to open up and love again, yeah? To trust life, to trust love again, yeah? So it can take around 2 years before this feeling is ready to open up. Mm-hmm. And these feelings I talk about here with grief is the same feelings in Gaza, in the United States of America, in Denmark, in Europe, in Sudan, yeah, because we're humans and we share the same feelings, the same kind of feelings, yeah. And under anger often lays hurted feelings. So do not ask, why are you angry? Ask, why are you hurt? Why are you so sad? Please tell me, what are you so sad about? I can hear you screaming. I can hear you protesting or what it is. I can hear you standing here threatening me on my life or whatever it is. Please tell me, what are you so hurt about? Yeah? Putin, what are you so hurt about? So that is the stages of grief. I'm Eve. I have the Hospital of Emotion. I have worked with refugees, people with PTSD, soldiers, victims for sexual abuse, grown-ups that have been children in a home with alcohol, and normal people that are in crisis and sorrow. And I'm holding lectures about sorrow, how to become happy again, and I held lectures about PTSD and follow effects of sexual abuse. And I held lectures about my life with six senses. I have had six senses since I was 6 years old. Of course, I also have educations in psychology and pedagogic and healing and coaching and leader education and a lot of stuff. Yeah. See you later.